Mr. Dickens is ready to go. This is the final day of our Western Canada road trip, and we will be leaving the sunny desert town of Osoyoos and heading out west on Highway 3, also known as the Crowsnest Highway, one of Canada's most beautiful and perhaps underrated road trips. This drive will have a lot of variety. We'll see sun-drenched orchards and vineyards, fruit stands, mountain passes, river valleys, and then we'll be back to the lush green of the Fraser Valley. Now, Osoyoos, the town we were in overnight, is at the northern tip of the Great Basin Desert, which explains all these dry sagebrush-covered hills that you're seeing surrounding the lake. It's a unique ecosystem. Vineyards, wineries, we just went by the Shiraz Villa sign there, and they grow a lot of grapes here. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but you're going to spot there's sage, bunchgrass, cactus, and they tell me even the occasional western rattlesnake hiding on the rocky outcrops. I didn't see any, and I'm just as glad. Now, the climate here is Canada's hottest and driest. The summer temperatures go up over 95 degrees some days, and it was a hot day for us yesterday when we pulled in. We were very happy to see the lake and go and cool off there. Indigenous people lived here for thousands of years. The Silk Okanagan Nation adapted to this desert landscape, hunting, fishing, and gathering medicinal plants. And then settlers came in the late 1800s and later, 20 years later, so transformed the area with development of irrigation systems, and it turned into a fruit growing and grape growing area. Indigenous people lived here for thousands of years. The Silk Okanagan Nation adapted to this desert landscape, hunting, fishing, and gathering medicinal plants. And then settlers came in the late 1800s and later, 20 years later, so transformed the area with development of irrigation systems, and it turned into a fruit growing and grape growing area. Up ahead of us, we've got a couple of motorcycles carving their way through the curves. Every time I see riders like this, I'm reminded of one of my favorite travel series. We've seen Long Way. There's Long Way Down, Long Way Up, Long Way Round, and just released this month, Long Way Home. It's Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman have this incredible way of turning the simple act of a road trip into an adventure. It's a wonderful show to see. I highly recommend it. Honestly, though, whether it's two wheels or four, that spirit feels like exactly what we're going for and what we're seeing today. The reason it's so hot, dry, and sunny most of the year here is the rain shadow effect from the Cascade Mountains. And it also creates a perfect environment for some pretty unique wildlife. Rattlesnakes that I mentioned, bighorn sheep, and coyotes, and some rare species like the burrowing owl. If you are interested and want to stop by and learn something, the Inkameep Desert Cultural Center is a must-see. It's a beautiful spot to learn all about the Silk First Nations people and how they lived in this challenging landscape for thousands of years. The climate is also absolute magic for grapes, and further along the Crowsnest Highway, as we get into Karamios here, you'll see too that it's wonderful for fruit and vegetable growing. The fruit stands are there, and it's wonderful to stop by and pick up some peaches or some apricots, ice cream, don't forget the ice cream. And also the wineries all along the way have a lot of tasting opportunities available. You can stop and pick up. There's Burrowing Owl Estate Winery, Moon Cursor, and Inkameep Cellars is North America's first Indigenous-owned winery. So a wonderful place to go if you enjoy going along and finding out about wines. We've reached Princeton, and it definitely feels like time for a bit of a break for Mr. Dickens. So we've, thanks to the GPS, found our way to an off-leash dog park, and he's having a great time with his favorite game of soccer. And speaking of the GPS, we've seen a lot of twisty roads over these past 10 days, but I think this has to be the twistiest. This is the Hope-Princeton Highway, and yes, it's showing us quite a few twists and turns and switchbacks on this road. So here we are cruising along the Hope-Princeton Highway. We're actually starting in the Princeton end and driving toward Hope, which was the beginning of our trip, the point where we first were starting to spot mountains. And we're going to be seeing some amazing rock and mountains as we go through. The highway itself was constructed in 1949, and as you'll see from the rock and that along the way, it was quite an engineering feat to build a road through this area. But it was vital because they had to connect the west coast to the interior of the province, and that's what this road does. So it was quite a journey. We enjoyed the day very much. I was watching to see if we might see some of the wildlife, but we didn't. We didn't see any black bear or deer. We did see a few eagles overhead, though, so if you enjoy eagles, you might want to take this road in the area. All of southern British Columbia actually is a wonderful place for eagle spotting. And this is the final day of our trip. I'm a bit sad because it's over, but we did see some just amazing things. And thank you for joining us on the YouTube channel, Rumble's Trip Travel TV. Please like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and tune in again for the next road trip that we take with our dog, Mr. Dickens.